Hi, it's Jessica. I want to talk to you today about how to leave toxic relationships. I'm making this video because I was in a relationship for a year and a half, and one of the mistakes that I made in that relationship was ignoring my dreams and ignoring my intuition that kept guiding me out of this relationship. I reached a point about 3 or 4 months into the relationship where I set a date to end the relationship and didn't follow through with it. I kept going back, and I knew that this relationship had the potential to just turn extremely toxic. It just felt like I was being drained, and I was compromising my true self, and I was making lots of sacrifices. And the thing about relationships is that they're based on compromise. They're based on meeting someone halfway. You can't go the whole way if the person that is involved with you isn't willing to meet you halfway. And so I learned that this past year or two, being involved in this relationship. Your dreams will help guide you out of the relationship if it's wrong, if it's bad for you. There are very clear symbols. I knew a man who's ignored his dreams for a long time. He would see dreams where his wedding ring was falling off. He saw the wedding ring fall off. He had a dream where his wedding pictures fell off the wall. He had a dream about a rubber band where I'm pretty sure the rubber band was on his wedding ring finger. And I had actually seen the same dream. I'd seen the rubber band dream before, where I saw the rubber band on his wedding ring, and it would stretch and stretch. And I looked it up, and that's a symbol of overstretching yourself in a relationship. Maybe you're overstretching yourself to please another person, but inside of his dream, the rubber band stretched and stretched and stretched until it snapped, which is a sign that you overstretched yourself to the point of internally snapping just to please someone. And if someone is operating for the sake of selfish interests, it's not beneficial to humanity. And because we're in this era of the energy of 2012 has shifted now at the end of the Mayan calendar, and we're halfway through 2013, believe it or not. So part of this energy transition involves honoring your true spiritual relationships also. Any relationships that you have in your dreams is a good foundation for a relationship in reality. So there's nothing that I can do personally for my friend who's ignored many dreams that have guided him out of a toxic relationship. You can pray for people who are in toxic relationships, but ultimately at the end of the day, that's their free will and that's their decision. And whether you agree or not, you have to respect their decisions. So it's one of those things where I don't have a whole lot of room to talk because I ignored my dreams and my toxic relationship. My dream symbols were a spider. I saw the spider crawling up me, and then I saw my ex-boyfriend. And a spider is a really bad dream symbol. A spider is basically saying this person is draining you, this person is poisonous. It was a poisonous spider. So my ex-boyfriend and being in that relationship was poisoning my soul. That was what the dream was telling me, is that this man had started poisoning my soul and became a spider bite to me. So I stayed too long or procrastinated about ending the relationship to the point I started doing things that were out of character for me. My ex-boyfriend would say, this brought out the worst in us. This brought out a really bad side in us. And that was an understatement. I became a different person that I didn't recognize and wasn't comfortable being, just from being exposed to the situation for too long. and ignoring my dreams, ignoring my intuition to get out. One of the things, I don't have to say anything negative about my ex, but there was an occasion I tried to give a homeless lady money, and he started yelling at me for giving the homeless lady money. And then I knew that I couldn't spend the rest of my life with him. I just thought, this isn't gonna work for the rest of my life if I can't just help other people out and give homeless people money without him laying into me like I'm doing something wrong. Because from my perspective, it's wrong not to try to be charitable to people who have less than I do. So that just wasn't gonna be a relationship that sustained my best interests and my truer self. So don't ignore your dreams. If you get yourself into these toxic relationships, you can get yourself out. You just have to believe in what you're doing. You have to believe in a higher calling, and believe that there's something better for you. Believe that you don't deserve to be treated the way the person is treating you, or you don't deserve to be spoken down to. You don't deserve to be, lingering in this toxic situation and robbing yourself of other romantic potential with someone who might be better suited for you, that might be a more divine complement to you. You just can't stay and sacrifice yourself and overstretch yourself like an old rubber band to cater to other people's selfish interests, just to placate them. You can't sacrifice that time in your life overstretching yourself. If you felt a calling to leave, if you felt that pull to leave, your gut knows if you've overstayed and it's time to get up. You just can't live in fear. My daughter was talking to me about the fear of going to a new school. So it's the same with relationships. Maybe you're comfortable in a relationship and you fear getting out and moving to a new school. Relationships are like schools, that in the sense that you're supposed to learn. So if you're no longer learning with someone and you're not attending school with them inside of that relationship, it could be time to cut your losses and just make a clean break and a clean sweep, because you can't be with the right person if you stay with the wrong person. So I just wanted to talk about that today, because I've been there before, and it is possible to be happier. I feel happier alone now than I was being with the wrong person. So I pray that all of the people who are trying to evacuate toxic relationships will come to a similar conclusion and say, you know what, I'm better off being happier alone, or happier with the prospect of being with someone who's more of a compliment to me than staying in this toxic situation. So don't be afraid of romantic changes, because romantic changes can be healthy and beneficial to everybody involved. Thank you. Have a nice day.